was like, I got to share with people. I've noticed in the world of the West, in the United States, more or less, and um, there's a perspective that a lot of, we'll call it, certain Americans have around psychedelics, and I find it a lot in California, places like that, where it's this like deification of it in a society and culture that doesn't deify anything. And that puts all of these compounds and substances on a pedestal that don't really deserve. And I get it. You know, you take these compounds and refer to them as such, and then you have these experiences, and then it's like so abnormal and so life shattering that it's like, I've discovered something that's really amazing. Well, this is the problem with that, is that it's not that amazing. It's actually what you do every single time you go to sleep at night. All of the mind altering substances that I have ingested or experienced have all done things that my body can already do. One, just as a background, I've done many years of meditation. I was certified as a hypnotherapist. I know deep, deep, deep mind techniques. I know how to put myself into theta actively, consciously. And I can do that with other people. I was trained in this and I remained certified for 7 years. And so, so one of the things that I found is that, you know, in the West, what happens, and I'm talking about the United States and Europe, is that people turn their brains off. We turn off most of our brains. We say, oh, the one time we're going to turn our brain off is either in church, maybe a little bit, or when we take substances that cause our brains to dissociate or to hallucinate or to hyperate. I'm trying to think of another 8 word that matches. But when we take substances that cause our minds to expand into experience beyond normal perception. And so um, basically, there we go. Basically, what I'm saying here is that we put too much value on psychedelics. We treat them like they matter, and they really don't. And I was part of that. You know, I did that. I was, years ago, again, when I had that shattering experience, before I ever touched psychedelics. I didn't have psychedelics until I was almost in my mid 30s. But years ago. But when I had those experiences, like, oh, wow, wow. But if I was honest with myself, I was like, well, I do this all the time when I go to sleep at night, or when I'm drifting off in consciousness, or when I go into deep meditation, when I was doing Vipassana meditation or deep transcendental meditation. Like, all these things are things that your body does on its own. The substances, the psychedelics, the compounds, all they do is they give your body a permission slip saying, oh, you get to do this now. That's all they're doing. And so again, for Westerners, I just get, I hear a lot of this, the medicine, it's going to change the world, the medicine. And it's a little bit psychotic if you really think about it. Like, it's this, we don't have God in the West. We do. Well, we have the best version of God, but nobody accepts it, which is Christianity. I know people get pissed about that, but I have a different version of Christianity. Anyway, but then we supplant that with alcohol and mushrooms and DMT and ayahuasca and all these other things, and all the others, the MDMAs, the MDAs, and all those others, and we say, oh. And then you have people that can only function in happiness and flow and joy when they have those substances in their system. It's like, no, that's not what this is all about. And so they say, oh, but the indigenous cultures did this and that and the other, and they think it. To the indigenous cultures, a cow turd is sacred. A little rock on the stream is sacred. A leaf in a tree is sacred, because life is sacred. And so if psychedelic compounds are just, treated as if they're a Ford, Transit or or a tire or a bicycle rack, then I think it would be a healthier approach, because that's matching how the Westerners see the world. They're very reductionistic and materialistic. But there's this like tiny little space. Oh, psychedelics. Oh, the medicine. All right, let's get in the chat. All right, yo, what's up, bro? Frostyver says hello. All right, where did you get your dread at? On my head. It just grew there, and I just let them grow and grow and grow and grow and grow and grow and grow. If you subscribe to the channel, you'll see how they were short, and they were longer to shorter, longer, 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 longer. So they were just in my head. Ja says, is sleep where the real world is? That's a great question. Depends on what you mean by sleep, but I'm going to assume that you mean the time in which our brains are when we're unconscious and we are probably in some sort of rapid eye movement sleep or some sort of delta or theta wave brain state. Um, some real, I'm going to get really stupid here, so pardon me, John. And I'm going to say some stuff that doesn't make any sense, but for those who are watching, this might align and it may help them. So that's why I'm saying it. Um, Real is a construct. I'm so sorry to say that, man. I It's like I love chai lattes, but I hate saying the word because it's a chai latte. That's how it just feels like my sperm count drops in but I love chai lattes. It is what it is. So what is real? Real is a construct. Okay. Are dreams real? Is that where the real world is? Um, for some people it is. I hate to say it. But think about it this way: if you do remember your dreams, the dream world is scary because it is so unpredictable, uncontrollable, unless you've practiced, lucid dreaming, and it can just be a very dark place. So, this life is a dream. It's just a dream we keep coming back to. And if you've had a reoccurring dream, you know that you can go back to dreams. And if you've taken substances like salvia, or I hope you've never taken the other one, and these are legal substances that can, really flip you, but salvia not so much, but datura. If you've ever taken datura, and I do not recommend it, it's completely legal in the United States, but it will destroy your mind, and it can kill you. But that's a dream medicine that the Central American indigenous people use, and some people in India, and those will put you in a permanent dream state. So, to the person who's taken that substance and has left us, they didn't take the substance took them. Um, to them, the dream is a real thing. It lasts forever. So, I would never wish a dream life or a dream state on anyone ever. But reality is a construct. The real world, maybe you encounter that in your dreams. Maybe. But, dreams are also nightmares, and nightmares are also dreams. So, I don't know if that helped, but hopefully through my speaking, something has come out that serves someone. All right. Carol Knudsen. I hope your middle name is Karen. Because that would mean your initials are KKK. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done that for those of you who are bothered by that. What is a trippy trophy? I don't know what that is, but I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. Could you tell us what that is, Carol Knudsen? Carol Knudsen? I don't know what that is. But anyway, look, psychedelics are not that great. I mean, they're not good, they're not bad, they're just other things. They're like leaves on a tree or cups on a table. They're just as inane as that. Now, if you eat a cup, yeah, are you going to see visions? Not likely. But you go to sleep every night and you have dreams, even if you don't remember them. Oh, I don't dream. Yeah, you do. Every single person does. You have to, or you go psycho. Every single person dreams. So your body does release DMT, dimethyltryptamine, from your liver and your lungs. A lot of people think it comes from the brain or a pineal gland, but there's not enough evidence to support that belief. But it actually comes from your liver and lungs. And so when you're in deep breathing techniques, deep meditations, you can experience DMT. When you take a nap in the middle of the day, you can have these vivid dreams in 15 minutes. There's a DMT trip. So let's take psychedelics off the shelf. All right, let's stop treating them like they're the medicine. Because when you say that and then you take them and it supposedly helps you, but you've been doing it for like 20 years, that means you've been staying sick for 20 years. You didn't know you were sick before you took the medicine, and now you're taking the medicine, and you're still taking the medicine, and you're still sick. Like, that's some shit medicine. Sorry. Well, I'll make this for adults. That's some shit medicine. If you've taken it for 20 years and they helped you, I will tell you one thing that will save you and help you: Jesus Christ. Not the kind of Jesus Christ that you find inside the gummy worm church, but the real Jesus Christ, the one that is the anointing, the one that does cleanse your sins, the real thing, not the I, cussed in public and Jesus, please forgive me. Not that. That's not the real Christ. That's not a real sin. A real sin is I cannot find a relationship that serves my soul. Well, I am sinning because I'm missing the mark. That's harmatia. That's the whole point of Christ, is to help us overcome harmatia, which is a Greek term for missing the mark. It's a archery term that was used in Greek literature. And so Jesus came to help us to stop missing the mark. He helped us to make the mark, to be perfect as our God in heaven, Father in heaven. Who is God in heaven? God is your ideal self. God is the part of you, the apex, the exceptional part of you. So anyway, we got a lot of Carol Knudsen here. Meant to say trick and trophy. Okay, I don't know what trick and trophy is either. Um, yeah, I have no idea. But yeah, so finding Christ, when you find Christ and you meet God for real, you'll know it because your life will change. It won't be, I feel better. I'm part of a club. Oh, I went to church. Hey, I looked at adult content last night and I don't have a relationship. Or I am in a relationship. I sinned against my wife or my boyfriend or whatever. Hot little young ladies there. Oh, yeah. Anyway, just walking by. Lusting, that's a sin. Not really. So it's not like that, right? It's not like you go to church and they tell you to feel bad about yourself and then you go ask for forgiveness and you get fixed again. It's the same thing as the medicine. Oh, oh, I took mushrooms and I was taken to the place and the medicine did. Or I took ayahuasca and the medicine fixed me. Same thing. Go to church. Jesus says, "Cleanse me of my sins." Next time you go to church, I looked at adult content last night. I need to get my sins cleansed again. Well, again, Jesus is crap if he didn't fix that. You know what I'm saying? And what I mean is, you have to understand that when Jesus fixed your problem, it's fixed. If you encounter it again, it's fixed. If you encounter it again, it's actually fixed. And when you know that it's core of your being, it's no longer a problem. It's a learning experience, and then you eventually get over it. And I can tell you that from personal experience is true. Okay, let's see here. Carol, let me know if I'm saying that right, Carol. What is how old are you? What is how old am I? I am older than yesterday and younger than tomorrow. Is that it? Something like that. A girl told me that when I was in New Mexico. Older than yesterday and younger than tomorrow. Younger than tomorrow and older than. Anyway, play with that and use it. But anyway, that's what I got to say about that. Drop all this stuff about psychedelics and the medicine. I mean, I shouldn't say that. Do whatever you want. I'm just saying there's another perspective. And I have made it a point not to use the word the medicine in relation to these things. I call them compounds, entheogens, exploratory tools, because that's all they are. I've kind of stepped away from them almost permanently, not permanently, but enough to be like, I love it. It's great, within its context. If you can use it legally, go to places where you can do that. Don't do it illegally. I'm not encouraging that. Be smart, be safe. Check in with a psychiatrist, not psychiatrist, with psychedelic specialist. If you have access to those, you can find them online, and just make sure they're legit. Make sure the vibe is right, and make sure that you're not creating another crutch that can lead to mental illness. Because a lot of people don't want to say it, but I'm going to be honest. There's certain psychedelics that you don't take; they take you. So be safe, be intelligent, be smart, stay apex. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.